Welcome to Coaching Uncut, a special series on the Unstoppable Woman podcast, where I take you behind the scenes and give you a peek into the private coaching I do with my clients. All of these coaching calls have been recorded with the permission from my clients who have generously allowed me to share these with you as a way of helping more people in this world. They give you access to master level coaching and the opportunity to learn the lessons that they're learning right along with them. Please keep in mind that these recordings are not studio productions and the audio quality may be less than ideal, but the content will take you far and help you become unstoppable. With that, listen in and learn.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well today. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. I love hearing that. So
I would say it's been a good day of communication, forgiveness, and proactive planning strategy. I had almost a 2-hour heart-to-heart with today, so that was good. So that's the communication and forgiveness.
Okay.
And I have ended up making the decision after, listening to you that I am not, at this immediate time, I am putting my major focus on getting office management / somebody to help me the administrative responsibilities in the office.
Great.
So I'm getting that ad posted tomorrow. I'm working on confirming I've got my KPIs and everything on that. And also I'm working on backfilling the front desk, and I'm going to be getting a temp in at least until I get my permanent person. So I'm working with my temp agency.
Okay.
And as always, I love sales calls, especially when they convert. And of course, I had a sales call, converted on the spot. Love those.
I love it.
You
are just on fire with that. It's so good. So good. Hey, I've got a couple questions for you before you move on. So a lot of these HR things if you end up going with the Entre team that I connected you to, they can handle it. Like, you don't have to be involved.
I'm meeting with them right after this call today. I've got a scheduled call for 5 because I knew our call is always 15 minutes.
Okay, great. I just want to give you that, all those things that you're doing, working with the temp agency, backfilling, trying to post an ad, they can handle it all. So that's one of the beauties of that. So
beautiful.
How quickly my experience was they were able to very quickly get up to speed, but it just depends how fast you say yes, how fast they can work. I would ask them those questions. Okay.
Thank you.
Can you take this off my plate? Can you do that this week? Now? Tomorrow? Right? That's what I need right now. I'm spending way too much time on HR stuff. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that conversation. Let's not just, gloss over it. Yeah.
We sat down and, it started with the, how, because we really haven't touched base much. How was your Amira conference? And I'm like, it was good. I enjoyed it. So, we were chatting a little bit about that. And then we started talking about, and I'm like, look, I know that you are eager to give me guidance and try to identify what in your view is a blind spot. And I go, and I'll be completely honest, right now I've got specific coaches that I'm trying to utilize for those roles. And while your input is important, please do realize that I can't hear your input if I'm digesting what I'm getting from my other coaches also, to the point that just makes things more confusing for me, especially as I'm focusing on mindset.
Mm-hmm. How'd you take that?
Her comment was that as we were talking, that she's realizing that I don't talk, that the I have a voice, because I was talking to her about my spotlight I had with you, and I go, one of the big things that, you know, Amira rightfully so pointed out is that I will stand back instead of shining forward.
Mm.
And in that standing back, I'm not fully committing. And if one does not fully commit, that's issues. So, you know, she's like, no, I agree. She goes, because, you know, she's like, as I've worked with you more and I've gotten to know you more, I know that if you will talk when you're ready to talk, and you'll say when you're ready to say.
Mm-hmm.
And that trying to get you to talk when you're not ready or you don't want to, it's nothing beneficial for anyone except for frustration.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's
like
great that she was able to really take that in. It sounds like, am I right, that this was a conversation where she didn't get defensive?
No, neither. No. If anything, it ended with, you know, look, I'm driven for success. And of course we were talking, and I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm going to stay with HTM or not, because I get value out of one coach, you know, and, you know, so then, you know, she's like, well, you know, I know that one of the things she said that you're liking from Amira is some of her suggestions. Like, oh yeah, I appreciate suggestions always, you know, because y'all guys have different connections. She's like, well, I'm going to try to get you, you know, in contact with, or I'm going to give you contact information so you can get in contact if you choose with a local fractional CFO and stuff like that. She goes, I don't think I don't think it's wise for you to cut cold turkey from that type of professional mentorship or team player. You know,
I would agree.
Yeah, and I agree. I was not planning on cutting cold turkey. I know the value of it. I just wish that I could have my one coach that I enjoy, that I work really well with, and not have to have a prerequisite coach before you can move up the step to get to that other coach, which is how HTM. That's an HTM thing, which means that, you know, that's one, I'm paying an additional third each month that I don't really get strong value from.
Well, here's the thing. I would go to HTM, and I think the thing that you need to do is, this is the personal responsibility piece. You like what they're giving you, right? In general, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good, solid program. So I think you need to say, I'm at this place. I want this. I don't want to wait till X, Y, and Z happens. Can you make an exception? Tell me how we can do this, blah, 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 right? Like, you don't have to be bombastic about it, right? Or belligerent about it. So
and I would never,
I know you wouldn't, but we're not threatening them. We're just saying, for me, to be clear, for me to really want to continue with HTM, what I'm looking for is this. Can you make an accommodation around this? I know your process is generally this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it is so interesting. It's going to sound weird I say this. We're talking daily, but there's so much I have to share with you, which is really interesting.
Fascinating? Yeah.
Because
go on.
Because the other thing too is, you know, I've made the comment about the lease and the frustration about the lease that I'm in, and just trying to figure. I mean, there's too much office space for the staff that I need, and further, it's just too expensive. Mm-hmm. So I reached out as a follow-up, because in October I had talked to the landlords, and I had convinced him to give me a small monetary reprieve that expires in April. So I'm like, look, I'm proactively reaching out to you now. I thought it would be at a certain point. I'm not there. I would like to discuss further with you what options we can do working together. And I'm like, you know, just as immediate thoughts, I was thinking X, Y, and Z, but, you know, I would like to have an open dialogue with you. And the response I got back was, I from the gentleman, I agree. I'm going to talk to my corporate first to confirm, so that we have a fruitful conversation, not a conversation of wishes.
Great. So clear. So clear.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. And lastly, I think that I'm coming to some clarity about that conversation we were talking about yesterday to have with my paralegal with the health issues.
Yeah, good.
And I was talking to, and I'm going to, not today, but maybe like Monday or something, I'm going to have my list of, I'll call it the leading questions to get her to talk. And I would love to get your input, about how to have her engaged in the conversation. Because I was talking about that one also. And, I was telling her, in talking with Amira, one of the things we're talking about is definitely having that communication. I want it off office, et cetera, et cetera. And, she was giving me from her perspective of interacting with the paralegal, what to be prepared for in her observation.
Good.
Which was, it was valuable to hear, which is true, so that was nice. And of course she's like, I know you work with Amira with it, but I appreciate her comment, but I'm here to support you if I can help you also.
I love it. This feels like such a huge shift between you and I just want to reflect that back to you because that has been an energy suck for you and just emotionally tumultuous. And this feels like a totally different relationship now. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Right?
Exactly. But
this is a great first step. I just want to really give that to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It feels like you're owning yourself more without, you're neither having to like draw boundaries, push back, but just being who you are in that conversation. So really nicely done.
And I met somebody today that knows you that wanted me to tell you hi, and you can ask me what her last name was. I don't remember. Her name is Ray. She worked with Tony Robbins, and she said she knows you.
Wow, I don't know who she is.
I'll see if, as we're talking, I'll see if I can get her last name. But we were chatting. She's apparently now with HTM doing like client services, but her background is mindset coaching. I was just talking about, I'm working with you and I'm so happy. And she's like, oh, I know her. Tell her I said hi. Oh, it's Ray Majors Wildman.
Oh, I know Ray. Okay. Yeah.
I told her I was to be talking to you today. She's like, tell her I said hi.
Oh, good. No, I love Ray. She works with Tony Robbins. I think she was a student of Tony Robbins a long time ago.
Well, maybe that's what she means when she says she worked with Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Over 20 years ago. Okay.
Yeah. That's I don't know. Maybe I have that wrong. But anyway, she's great. I love her.
Yeah,
she was awesome.
She was a nice energy, and she was an interesting one to interact with, being from an HTM perspective, because where the call was supposed to be talking about my experience with HTM, what was most interesting, 5 minutes was HTM. The rest of it was her sitting down chatting with me about brainstorming staffing issues.
Well, that's good.
Which was nice. Very similar to what you and I have historically done, but I thought that was very nice. But
yeah, that's good.
So hopefully I'm doing my homework correctly for you. I know we don't necessarily have too strenuous of homework, but you said it wouldn't be overly strenuous, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything.
I don't think you're missing anything right now. I think we're doing great. We're cleaning up some things right now. The only thing that I will tell you is that if there are things that you get triggered on, and you have to go because you have a call right now, if there are things that are triggering you, bring those to the call at the top of the hour, right at the top of the call.
Yes.
It would be better to work with that than just to do a check-in on all the things, though I appreciate knowing all the things. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. Good stuff. Awesome. Okay.
Awesome.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for Coaching Uncut. If you loved what you learned today, please leave us a comment and let us know. We always love a thumbs up or a 5-star review, so thank you in advance for that. And if you want to take your life and your business to the next level and it's time to scale, please reach out to us and schedule a consult at theunstoppablewoman.com/next level. So that's theunstoppablewoman.com/next level. See you in the next episode. Rock it out and be unstoppable.